Right. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Yep. Okay. So last week we saw a few verses from Romans chapter 5. Let's review them. Okay. 5:12. Does anyone want to review verse 12? What did we draw?
Here we draw that first the world was without sin, and then sin entered Adam, and then it entered the world, and through Adam, sin entered the whole world, and because of all the people sinned, then death occurred.
Yeah. So all of us die because Adam sinned. Okay. Yeah, we also discussed Adam is just a representative, so it doesn't mean that if we were in Adam's place, we would not have sinned. No, we would also probably have done the same thing. Okay, and one thing we noted, it's not just because Adam sinned, we all die. It's because we also sin, right? Yeah. So yeah, we saw that. Okay. Verse 15, someone else wants to try. Verse 15. Okay, verse 15, we could have drawn better. Yeah, okay. Right. So like how death came through one man, through God's grace, there was a gift given, and the gift was Jesus Christ. And so through Jesus Christ, we got life, we got righteousness, we got right relationship with God. Yeah, so there is a comparison between Adam and Jesus in these verses. So Adam did this, and through Jesus, we get this. So through one man, sin came, through one man, forgiveness came. Through one man, death came, through one man, life came. Like that. Okay. And here, 19. What did we draw in 19? Okay. So Adam disobeyed. We tried this. A green box, but a red cross. So that means he's supposed to do that, but he didn't do that. And a red box and a green tick. So he's not supposed to do that, but he did it. So Adam disobeyed, and from his disobedience flowed sin to every man. But on the other side, through Jesus' obedience, so Jesus did what is supposed to be done and did not do what he should not do. And yeah, righteousness flowed through Jesus' obedience. Okay. Okay. So today we have few verses from chapter 6. Okay. Let's do it. Okay. 24. Right. Okay, one of you can read Romans chapter 6, verse 6. Now, if you want to understand the context, you should read some verses before and some verses after. Okay, so we are not picking all the verses because it's two reasons. It's harder to draw all the verses, and there are some other points being discussed in between. So for continuity, I'm picking some selected verses. Okay. Yeah. Okay. One of you can read Romans 6:6.
For we know that our old self was crucified with him, so that the body ruled by sin might be done away with, that we should no longer be slaves to sin.
Okay. There are quite a few sections here. There are quite a few things happening. So let's see how well we can represent this with the picture. Okay. So for we know that our old self was crucified with him. With him, who? Our old self was crucified with whom?
Jesus.
With Jesus. So that the body ruled by sin might be done away with, meaning what? Our body so far was ruled by sin, meaning what does it mean when it says our body is ruled by sin? Who is our king? Or who was our king?
Satan.
Okay, Satan, yeah, or sinfulness. So sin ruled in us. Okay, so we should represent that. Our old self, sin was the king. And so that body was crucified with Jesus on the cross. Reason? So that we no longer be slaves to sin. So if somebody is ruling over us, let's say we have a king, and we are one of the 100 people in the kingdom. So can we do anything on our own, or should we take permission from king for everything?
Take permission from the king.
Yeah, you'll have to imagine a little bit because we don't have kings these days. Okay, so even one house, you read about slaves in a master's house, no? So the slave doesn't have any rights. The slave has to, cook food for the master, maybe cook food, breakfast for the master, and wash all the dishes, and then start cooking lunch for the master. In between, maybe quickly have his meal. He has to obey his master. So like that, sin was our master, and we were its slave. Okay, there are three things here. Okay, so we were crucified with Jesus, so that in the past, sin was a master. Okay, and because we are crucified, we will now in the future no longer be slaves to sin. Okay, so there are yeah, there are three sections. Okay, so let's draw the middle section first, that we are crucified with Jesus. Okay, so let's do that. So I'm going to take a brown cross, draw right in the middle. So this is probably the easiest part. Okay, draw a decent enough bigger cross. We're going to put two people there. Who are the two people we're going to put on the cross? Did two people hang on the cross, or one person hung on the cross? One. Then this verse says two people hung on the cross. Okay. So it's more than two, right? So all the believers, all those who are disciples of Jesus, hung on the cross. So how many people? We don't know the number, but maybe millions. Okay. So who actually hung on the cross? Jesus actually hung on the cross. Okay. And physically, Jesus hung on the cross. And we are figuratively hanging on the cross, or we hung on the cross. Okay. Something like that. That's Jesus' body and hands. I think his neck is too big. Okay. That's all right for our illustration. Okay. And then I'm going to draw one more person. That's me. I'm also hanging along with Jesus on the cross. Like Jesus is kind of representing me on the cross. So figuratively, I am also hanging on the cross. Okay, like that. Okay, so that was my old self. Okay, okay, now let's go to the past. How were we in the past? Sin was my ruler. Okay, so what was I doing? I was actually bowing down to my master, who is sin. Okay, so let me draw this. So I was actually bowing down like this. How do we kneel down? Okay. Something like this. Yeah, I think kind of getting it. Do we go over? No. We go like this. From the other side. Okay. And I'm going to put a throne here and put sin on the throne. So let's say, okay, I'm going to put a black color throne. Okay, this verse doesn't say devil was our master. It says sin is our master. So how can we draw sin as our master? We have drawn black man. We have drawn devil as black person, right? Sin as a person.
I need a color, draw it as a dot, and then sin on it. Okay.
Draw a circle and write sin inside. Okay, 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 let's do that. So I was trying to imagine him as a person, sin as a person. Okay, okay, let's do this. Let's sandwich both the ideas. So this is a blob sitting. Oh, it's more like a sheep. Okay. Or a bug. Okay. Okay. So that's then. Okay, we have to give him a crown because he was a ruler. He was ruling us. Okay. Something like that. So we were bowing down to sin, the funny guy Sin. Yeah, we thought he's funny, but he's very dangerous. He looks funny on the outside, but inside he is like very dangerous. Can you also show that? Very dangerous. How do we show? Maybe with a weapon. I think we've drawn something like that in the past. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Looks better. Okay. So
I just drew my dot, my red dot
Okay. Okay.
on the throne.
On the throne, you drew yourself as a dot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 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 I just pasted myself on Jesus. So when Jesus died, it's like I died. No. So when I accept what Jesus did on the cross, it's like I'm placing myself on the cross. Right. So this is what happened in the past. Let's draw a timeline. So we know that it happened in the past. Let's take a different color for that. Okay, so this, okay, from here, it happened in the past. So let's write some year, approximately when you found Jesus, some years before that. Okay, so maybe I'm gonna write 1995. Okay, something like that. Okay, so this is when approximately I found Jesus. So I don't have a particular date or anything, but some point of time in my life. Okay, so I'm going to write, okay, something like that. So around that time is when I was crucified with Jesus. Jesus was crucified 2000 years ago, but I was not ready to crucify myself on the cross. And then I took some time, and then I allowed myself to be crucified on the cross. Right? Okay, so that's what happened in the past. Now I'm no longer a slave to sin. So how do we draw that? Shall we show that the chain between me and sin is broken? Is that okay? Or any other idea? So I'm no longer a slave. I'm not. Yeah, I think we can draw a chain also. We are kind of bound to sin in the first diagram. Just looking a way to connect. Maybe on our feet. There's a chain. So we were not free to go. Okay, something like that. He was holding us. But now I think we can draw both the elements, the throne and the chain broken. Okay, let me try and do this. So sin is still sitting. Oh no, sin won't be on the throne. Now he's no longer the king. So where is sin? Where should we send sin? He's
Like
no.
cloud.
Cloud.
Maybe we can draw a box and draw some flames in it. Huh?
Okay.
And then we can throw that big ball in it.
Put sin inside a box. Okay, something like that. So right now, sin is not sitting in the throne. We have found a way to, or Jesus has found a way to keep sin away from us. Okay, he is sitting inside. Okay, here he is happy and
Make him crying all the
crying.
crying. Yeah.
Okay,
When-
okay, we'll do that. He's like a penguin now. Okay, I think we are getting there. Yeah, he's crying. That's it. Okay, so he is bound to the box now. He cannot, like, he is chained to the box. Wait, that's not very clear. Okay, so let's draw ourselves. Now we are free. We are jumping up. Oh, the sad face disappeared. Okay, so we are free now because Jesus has freed us. We are happy jumping up. Okay, and there is no chain. The chain is broken. Something like that. And I'm shouting that I am free. Okay, something like that. Let's read the verse once again, see if we've covered everything. For we know that our old self was crucified with him. Okay, that's current. That's a time in the middle, so that our body ruled by sin might be done away with, so that we should no longer be slaves to sin. Okay, that's nice. And this timeline we're gonna do current year 2023. Right now I'm free. I'm no longer a slave to sin. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, let me go color the verse. There's some things that Jesus did. Okay, and I also played a part. So I'm going to do that green. Okay, so well, we know that our old self was crucified with him, so that our body, okay, so this was not good. Okay. Body ruled by sin. Okay, so from here, the good news again starts. No longer slaves to sin. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Let's go to the next part. So the verse actually continues. So somebody has decided to split verse 6 and 7, but it's the same sentence. The sentence has not ended it. Okay, so 7, because anyone who has died has been set free from sin. Okay, what does that mean? Did we die? I'm alive. I can feel it. So I'm alive.
We spirit. We died in Jesus. Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Yeah. So we figuratively died. So we gave up ourselves and we have a new life. And the new life that we have is free from sin. But does that mean we don't sin? Yesterday, did anybody sin? No? You're all holy, holy people. Okay, so this doesn't mean that we don't sin, but we are free from the rule of sin. Sin is no longer sitting in the throne and commanding us. We are free to not obey him. We are free to disobey him and say no to him, and go in the opposite direction. So we have the choice now. We are no longer chained and bound, and he's not going to take a stick and come after us. Okay, so that phase is gone. Now we are free every time we have a choice. Okay, so let's draw this. So because anyone who has died has been set free from sin. Okay, so have you ever imagined yourself in the coffin? That's a ugly question to ask. Okay, so actually this verse kind of says that my old self has died. Okay, so my old Philemon has died, and now I'm a new Philemon. Okay, have you taken New Year resolutions? End of a year, you tell the next year I'll be a different person. I'll be different. I won't do these things. But yeah, maybe New Year resolutions we don't keep them so much, but this particular event actually transformed our lives. So our old self died, okay, and our new self is free from sin. Okay, so something like the previous verse that's compressed into one phrase. So let's try and draw that. So I'm going to draw my own coffin and put me inside. I was inside, my old self went inside, and now I have a new self. Okay, so let's do that. So okay, I'm going to draw a kind of a dull model, dull colored me. Okay, so I was chained. Okay, so this was me. Okay, I was full of sin. I was also ruled by sin. Okay. Okay, I was also chained. Okay. Chained to sin. Okay, so maybe let's draw sin like this, like a heavy weight that I was dragging on. Okay. Right, so I was not free. Okay. What happened in between that? I got a coffin and I put this old person inside that coffin. Okay, let me put a brown box. So Jesus gave me this opportunity to put myself into this box and bury him. Okay, so the same dull person is now inside. He's no longer there. All the sin and all the chain, everything is inside. That looks like a coffin, maybe. Okay, so now I'm alive, but I'm no longer that same dull person. I'm new person. Now, do I sin? Maybe, yeah, occasionally. And I have some sin on me. I keep asking forgiveness and those dots go away. But I don't have the chain. I don't have the chain. sin is not sitting on the throne. Yeah. So I have a pink heart. Yeah, we should have drawn a pink heart earlier also. Okay. Okay. So a similar kind of thing in verse 6 and 7. So verse 6 is explaining our route through the cross. And verse 7 is explaining through, yeah, this also uses the same keyword, dead, okay? But it doesn't use the cross picture, but it says it's emphasizing that we were dead, okay? So we died, okay? And then we are free, we are set free, okay? Yeah. So do you imagine yourself like this? Or did you? Okay. So yeah, anytime you think about sin troubling you, you should get this picture. So this picture helps me to remind myself that I am dead to sin. I'm no longer chained by sin or ruled by sin. So I've drawn some black dots on me. That means that sin is still a little bit active, but it's not, I'm not ruled by sin. Okay. So I ask forgiveness and I move on. And do I occasionally fall? Yes, I occasionally fall, but I rise up, I get up, and I keep going. Okay. Okay, so let's color this verse, because anyone who has died has been set free from sin. I think we should color the screen. Oops. So this is a good thing. Dying to sin is also a good thing. Being free from sin is also a good thing. Yeah. Okay. Verse 13. So that's a long verse. So let's try. Okay. Yeah. One of you can read slowly. Mm-hmm.
Do not offer any part of yourself to sin as an instrument of wickedness, but rather offer yourself to God as those who have brought from death to life, and offer every part of yourself to Him as an instrument of righteousness.
Yeah. So it's a long verse. So let's try and draw part by part. Okay. So this verse talks about a choice we have. So every minute or every hour we have a choice. Okay. So choice. What are the two choices? The first part talks about the bad choice. Do not offer any part. Okay. So I think we should break our body into several parts. Okay. So this verse says, do not offer any part of yourself. How many parts do we have? How many? How many different ways do we sin? We sin here, we sin here, we sin here. Do we sin through our nose? Is there a sin associated with the nose? I don't think so. Well, that's one sense organ that's not associated with any sin, is it? That's interesting. Okay, we sin through our mouth, we sin through touch, we sin through our hands, through our feet, through our body. But the big master is this fellow, and this fellow, eyes and our brain, right? Two big fellows. Okay. Okay. So yeah, we'll try that. Okay. So let's draw ourselves the full body in the center. Okay. Okay. I'm going to draw down below and leave some space on top. Okay, so if possible, you can do that. So that's me. Okay, so I'm here. Okay, I'm going to draw a small line in the center, dotted line. So, okay, I have a pink heart. I belong to Jesus. Okay, so now I have two choices. I can either go to the left side or go to the right side. Okay, so let me draw red direction towards the left side, meaning I should not be going that side. Okay, so that's the wrong direction, wrong way. Maybe we can write wrong way. What's the symbol for wrong way? You see, I'm trying to recollect. I think it's a triangle, upside down triangle with a cross with a X, and I think it's this. Not sure. Traffic signs? No, that's not it.
Or sometimes they show like a
The right
skeleton and then a cross.
skeleton. That's
Yeah, they show the
picture.
face of the skeleton and a cross on top of it. And mostly it's like a rectangle, the thing.
Triangle.
Triangle.
Okay, I'm not sure. Yeah, I should have checked. Okay, this didn't strike me. Okay. Skeleton, how do I draw a skeleton? Skull? Okay, something like this. Okay, all the best drawing a skull. Okay, so I'll draw two bones. I think so, something like this. Okay, so that side is danger. Okay, so which side we have to go? We have to go this side. So we have to choose the right side. So what's on the right side? It's God. Okay. We offer ourselves to God. Okay. So let's read the verse, the first part. Do not. Okay. How do we say the right side is the good side? The right side is the good way. Is there any symbol telling us, yes, you're right? I don't know if there's any traffic symbol saying, okay. So let's just invent a traffic symbol.
Why don't we just draw the traffic lights and put the green?
Okay. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so I'm going to choose what? Maybe brown. Okay, so red is right on top, right? Red, yellow, and green. Okay, makes sense. So green is like glowing, other two are not. Okay, that's good enough for us. Okay, let's read. Do not offer any part of yourself to sin as an instrument of wickedness. Okay, so I'm going to draw parts that we discussed. Okay, so on the left side, we are going to draw some parts. So you're going to amputate yourself and take your body part by part. Okay. So let me choose some other color. Okay. So I'm going to choose this color. So that's my brain. So on the left side, okay, so left side, I have sin, I have wickedness, okay? So the way I thought I'm going to do, I'm going to tie this and then keep a black balloon. Okay, so that's one way I'm imagining that I'm offering it to wickedness. Okay, so it's like wickedness is carrying that part. Okay, so let me do this also. The side, draw black. So I have wickedness here. And yeah, so I shouldn't go that side. Okay, okay, let me draw a few other parts of the body. Few other parts. Eyes. Okay, one eye. Okay, so eye is also tied and stuck to a balloon. So I shouldn't do this. Shouldn't offer myself to be carried away by wickedness. Like a balloon carrying. Okay. Okay, so my mouth. Okay. My mouth. Draw a tongue also. Does it look like tongue? No. Some teeth. It doesn't look like mouth, right? Okay. Not sure how else to represent mouth. Okay. Maybe I should draw lips correctly. Okay, I think it's still not enough. Okay, that's my mouth. Okay, this is the balloon. Oh, my mouth. Oops. Okay, what are the parts? Hands and legs also we will finish. So hands and legs. Hands. Wow, I like that. Okay, it's a little bit thick. Maybe I put on some weight. Okay. That's my balloon for my hand and legs also. Okay, these are the major parts that make me sin. Okay. Okay, so yeah, it all starts with the mind. These other parts don't independently think. But yeah, so for us to imagine, okay, so all these fellows are not to be offered. It says do not. So let's do one thing. Let's do a small thin strike. So we know that we are not going to do this. But at the same time, we can see the picture. Okay, very thin strike. Okay, so that's the first part. Okay, so do not offer yourself as to sin as an instrument of wickedness. Okay, that's much harder to draw. Okay, so instrument of wickedness. What's instrument of wickedness? A tool, like a screwdriver to do wickedness. a tool for wickedness. So our brain plans things. Our brain schemes. Okay, 6 o'clock. If I go to that place, I can do something wicked. So yeah, try and plan. Okay, there's a but rather offer yourselves to God. Okay, so we're going to draw God on the other side. So God is standing there. On the left side, it's just empty blackness. What is wickedness? Wickedness is no person, no nothing. It's just empty black. So this is a joke, so Peter, I think I've told this before. A person goes to heaven and Peter welcomes him and says, hello, you have two options. You want to go to hell or heaven? So the person says, I want to have a look first. Peter says, yes, of course. And he peeps behind Peter. Everything is calm and quiet. And then he goes to hell to have a look. There's so much party, dance, and everything. And then he comes back to Peter and says, I want to go to hell. Peter says, as you wish, go down by. And then he goes down. And then he sees fire and fighting and everything. And then he asks who is in charge, and the devil comes, and he asks the devil, I just came 2 minutes back. It was all super nice and party and exactly what I wanted. And devil says, that was the advertisement. This is real. So like that. So the advertisement looks like it's super nice on the left side, but the actual picture is just empty darkness. Okay, so on the right side, but rather offer yourselves to God as those who have been brought from death to life. So how do we draw that? Okay, I want to emphasize this part, that we are brought from death to life, like twang. So we were like this, and then we came back alive. Okay, and then the remaining part is the opposite of that. Okay, so offer every part of yourself to Him as an instrument, not of wickedness, but of righteousness. So it's the exact same thing, but opposite direction. Okay, so let's draw this. We are brought from death to life. How do we draw this? Ideas? Yeah, Kripa?
Why don't we draw like was on the floor and slowly draw some lines that were rising up and going to Jesus? God.
I didn't get it. Floor? A floor? Can you repeat? Yeah.
Why don't we draw us on the floor, a tiny
Us on the floor. Okay.
us on the
And
floor,
uh-huh.
and then we draw some lines that go up, and then we're standing in front of God and
Okay.
crying.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I would like to draw my favorite coffin. The previous one. Yeah. So it's this picture that we are trying to draw. So we were dead. Okay. We were dead. And Jesus brought us to life. Okay. So we kind of we didn't know we were dead when we were slaves to sin. We thought we were alive, but we were actually dead. We were just dying. So something like that. Okay. So yeah, if you would like to, you can draw your favorite coffin, the coffin of the past. So I'm going to draw that. I don't know any other way to represent that I was dead. Okay. Or we can just draw a person just lying down without any heartbeat. Yeah, we can also do that. without any heartbeat. Okay, so I'm going to take the dull version of me, keep me inside, sad face, and no heartbeat. That's my heartbeat. Okay, so my black heart did not beat. I thought I had life, but I didn't. Okay, so when Jesus came, I got life. I became vertical. Now I'm vertical. Yeah, the same picture as the center picture. So this happened to me. Yeah. Okay, so this happened to me from this to this. Okay. Now I want to offer my paths to righteousness. Okay, so we are running out of time. Okay, so let's quickly draw these paths, maybe smaller this time, so we save some time. And draw a balloon that's pink. That's my color. Okay, here. Okay. Okay, you can go ahead, draw it how you want it to be. Okay, so I'm gonna take a pink thread and a pink balloon. Okay, I'll fill in later. I'm gonna draw the same eye. So this time I'm gonna offer it for righteousness or for following God or for knowing God. Those purposes. I'm not gonna offer it for sin anymore. Okay, so that is what I'm trying to draw. Okay. Right, that's my mouth. Okay, and two more parts left for me. So you should, okay, I like this to imagine if I'm offering each part to Jesus, to righteousness. It's a choice every day that I make, every hour I make. So you can also watch yourself. Which part are you offering to righteousness? Which part are you offering to wickedness? And if possible, make that change. Talk to Jesus about the change of heart, change of choice. Yeah. So some of us might be weak in one of these parts or some other part that we have not drawn. So we can talk to God about it and ask God for help. Yeah. And shift to the right side. No, so all the paths shift to the right side. Okay. Yeah. So let me color the verse. Do not offer any part of yourself to turn, and the rest of it is green. Okay. Yeah, that completes our picture. Okay. Right. So 2-3 things we have discussed today, and it's nice to picture as we live through our days. One is we went through the cross, we were crucified on the cross, and we were dead, and now we got a new life, a second life, and now we have a choice constantly, every time, every hour, to offer our bodies, our parts to wickedness or to righteousness. So that's a choice that we make every time. Okay. So we be careful, and we should also evaluate our choice. When do you evaluate? When do you check yourself? Do you have a checklist to check if you offered yourself to this side or to that side? Okay. Yeah. So we should take some time, maybe few minutes. I usually do it while I go to bed. When I'm about to sleep, I check and talk to God about the day and all that happened, and check if I was on the left side or right side, and ask forgiveness, and then look forward to the next day. Okay, let's pray. Dear God, we thank you for today. We could draw 3 verses and learn so much. We pray that this will become a practical experience for us, that we will remember our coffin and remember that you gave us life, and remember that we have a choice every moment. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Okay. Bye-bye.